record on the cloud, and I am going to look at who we have. Hi, Terry.
Hey, Terry, you're mute. You're coming in muted.
Oh, goody. Yes. Hi. Sorry. I'll start my video in 1 sec. I didn't want anybody to see what it looked like.
Well, that's okay.
I feel that way all the time.
I think Nancy's got a green screen. She looks like she's on at the movies.
Yeah,
With nothing behind her, though.
No, because it's on my laptop, okay? And the green screen doesn't work on the laptop, but it does for my tablet. So some of the sessions will be from my tablet if I want to use this, if I want to use the screen. But I did find this nice thing, so I'm at the movies.
Cool. I think
You got
once again,
you've got a frame instead of a.
on the wrong stupid account. I hate that. I wound up being on my work account more than on my other one.
All right, folks, we are recording now, and I'm going to let everybody in.
That sounds like a plan.
Yeah. I'm gonna take off and go get on my laptop. I want to make sure.
Okay.
that-
If I disappear, it's because I'm trying to change accounts and I'll be back.
Okay.
Okay.
Ugh. I can always tell it's my work account because when I went to do the background, it said no. I'm like, really? 'Cause
Hi, everybody. We just want to let you know we are recording.
Yeah. I see Charmaine is on. Darren is on.
I saw Mary
today.
Seller again this year.
Mary is on, yeah. People like
I'm here.
names I recognize.
Yeah.
And if I don't
back.
recognize your name, sorry.
Well, we'll welcome you. If this is your first year, we'll welcome you to your first time with TagCon.
And for this session only, you are allowed to use your video and your audio so that you guys can talk to each other. It's kind of hard to talk if you can't.
See and hear each other.
Yeah. So everybody's coming in on mute. So if you wish to unmute yourselves, please do. Because this is supposed to be a meet and greet. Hi, Harriet.
Hello.
What time is it in South Africa, Harriet?
Oh, God, it's late
Or early.
or early.
Uh,
I think it's about 2 a.m. for her, maybe.
Hi, Mary
Hi. Yes, I'm living
and
my first
Brenda and Sanded, Deborah,
Yes,
Kathleen, Ricky,
Lena,
Martha.
Laura, if you want to unmute yourself so you can say hi to the other people, that would be great.
Hi, all.
Because
Hello.
this is your session. It really is for you
We're
guys
just
to
here to,
talk about stuff. Anything that's of it, any curiosities you might have about the books or.
Can I ask a housekeeping question first? A technical housekeeping question? So I'm trying to log into the Zoom link through a different computer, which means I need to manually type in the password. Is there any way when you're posting the Zoom links to manually put the password underneath? Because otherwise it provides us with like a 20-digit long automatic hyperlink.
you should be able to copy that link and
Yeah.
paste it into your browser. That doesn't
Won't
work
let
with
you,
your
huh?
Not
computer.
if I'm on a different computer.
That's
I'm using
interesting.
Not
different
really.
computers.
In
Well,
other
if you can
words,
call it up on one computer, you should be able to type it right in by reading it. But
Right.
that's what she's
So-
saying. She doesn't want to type in a 5-mile long link to get
Yeah.
if you make one mistake that, you know, you.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a pain.
can you, okay, can you have Discord on both computers for a short time?
That's what I'm
That's the
such
problem.
a troglodyte. I'm sorry,
I mean,
guys. I have two low power
Email the link
computers.
to yourself. Email the link to yourself on the other device.
Yes, I can do that.
Copy and paste it.
We would offer to change it, but let me tell you, we,
make sure.
it is a pain to have that really long invite. That's why we just did the links. Some of us are more proficient with computers than others of us. Some of us, like myself, I use the programs really well, but not as advanced as some other people.
Swiping my kid's Chromebook, trying to run 2 different things at once here.
Oh,
So
boy.
I don't know if you've ever used a Chromebook before. They're fantastic for children and horrific for adults.
That's what I've
Yeah.
heard. Yeah. I don't, yeah, I have a.
Yeah.
They're fine for they're fine for schoolwork.
Mhm.
Oh. Everybody say hi to Asen.
Hey, Asen.
This is
Aw.
Asen, and by the way, Asen is wearing his costume.
Hi,
It is.
Asen. Good boy. You good boy.
It's a sweetie.
He is the cutest dog. Look at that face.
And he just loves Vera and her 2 cats.
She's black too, but this is Gemma. Can you
Is
show me?
is it a dachshund?
Yeah, she's a little, there we go. Maybe that'll
Oh,
help. Little
yeah.
light.
Yeah.
There she is.
Well, yeah, she doesn't want to be held.
Nah, well, no, she's very independent. She'll come and attack me later, but it's her idea.
Yeah,
What
exactly.
was your name again?
Gemma.
Jenna. Okay, cool.
That's nice. Ooh, I like that background,
Most of
Emmanuel.
most of us have animals.
Yeah. Mine just got back in from a walk. So if you hear a panting dog in the background, that's why. She's 14, you know, so
Can you go over how to get the backgrounds again? Like you,
yeah, you go to where it says where you've got the video.
Yeah.
You
That
put
video.
thing down there. There's a little up arrow, and you click that. You get a menu, and you says choose virtual background. And when you go there, there's some that they already have, but if you want to, you can upload. You just hit the little plus to the right, and you can
Hey.
upload a picture.
And
thanks.
I will warn you, not all of them work. I mean, I even have a green screen in on my laptop. They don't work, but they work really well on my tablet. So some of the sessions I'll be doing on my tablet, I can record on both. So,
And see, Nancy's already in the movies.
and that's not, that's a video filter. Video filters. You can have all sorts of video filters.
And what I did for mine was I went to the Hubble telescope pictures and found a picture of the Pleiades and dropped it into PowerPoint and
Huh.
added what I wanted to. And I saved it as a JPEG and uploaded it. PowerPoint.
See, now I'm a creature.
Yeah, no, all of you are much more advanced than me. I can't handle that. I picked one of their virtual backgrounds. I like the beach.
No, this was video
Yeah, the creature's
filters.
Mine
great.
is just one of the
These
virtual
are great.
backgrounds.
Well, I had that on mine, but somebody kept getting nauseous. So that was for a church thing. So would you please turn that off? It's making me nauseous.
Oh, something
like-
is moving and in the background and they don't like
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't like it. No, so I took it
Yeah.
off. So, but it's pretty simple to as long as you have a JPEG format, it'll upload. You can put anything behind yourself.
See,
And
now I'm
it's
on
nice because nobody sees your dirty house.
That's it. Emmanuel, I love your background.
Thank
That
you.
is so cool.
I had it last year too.
I
It does kind of make your hair fly around though. when
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could do
He's a
that.
fan.
Well, unfortunately,
I mean, I don't know what's
unfortunately,
there,
even
but
with
it still
even
flies
with a green
around.
screen that does that, if you move around a lot, parts of you disappear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
like a
this.
coffee
See, I'm
mug.
moving my arm and like my arm disappears, but
Vera sends us a good luck, everyone note. So she
Cool.
knows things have started.
And I just got off. I just got done emailing with Richard. He's giving me last minute stuff. Really last minute.
Richard, the producer.
That's just the standard operating procedure. This is
Yeah.
what we expect.
So I have a question for everyone, whoever wants to answer, is what are you looking forward to the most over this weekend?
The movie, book to either movie to TV adaptation session.
Okay.
I look
Same.
forward to
Maybe with
everything. I loved
Richard.
everything last year. I had
So-
such a great time last year, so I'm excited.
Good. I
Well, we
remember-
do have someone different this year on the Hollywood panel, and that's Dina Dill. I personally haven't talked to her yet, but but I'm kind of excited to talk to her. We have to remember to ask where in South Carolina she's from.
Because I live in South Carolina, so I'm kind
She
of
lives in South Carolina somewhere. Yeah.
Yes,
I'm really looking forward to Dr. Michelle Thaler or
Yeah.
Thaler.
Yeah.
I liked her panel last year. I like the geeky panels. They're
Yeah.
fun.
And the special presentation this year is going to be on Mars, which is very timely for
It
what,
sure is.
yeah.
And the UFOs on Mars, those are so cool.
well, yeah.
Years.
I mean, it's appropriate. I mean, last year we asked her to do the Cassini because of qualifying and seeing Saturn and the small little blue dot. And this year we have Mars going on, so it's appropriate for Mars. Some of the sessions you'll see are longer this year too. You know, we
It's good.
kind of rushed last
Oh.
year, and we're sorry, but it was
We
our
were all
first
new.
try.
I think that's
Yeah.
the first time I'd ever used Zoom, and now I'm a Zoom pro, literally.
Yeah.
I mean, I was using Zoom every day for work. I had to call my director at 6:45 to check in and take my temperature. So that I could go to
Watched you
my,
do it, huh?
huh?
They watched you take your temperature.
Well, and then I had to show it to her so she could see it.
Fun fact,
Huh?
the first time ever I used Zoom was for TagCon last year.
Oh,
Me
really?
too.
Yeah.
And now
And so
I know
how
I
is your
would
experience with it now?
Oh, now I've used it a lot since then,
Yeah.
but I learned to use it for TagCon. So
That's amazing.
that's a fun fact though.
We ended up getting the
I
pro
actually
version.
used it the first time last year.
Yeah, that was the first time ever I used it, and now I've used it a lot since then, but it was the first time I used it.
We ended up getting the pro version, and with all the organizations we belong to, we might use, oh my gosh, it's been one Zoom thing after the other. So I mean, I'm kind of glad we did that, because it means that when you have the pro version, you can go past 40 minutes.
Yeah. For work, we use Teams for my work.
We do too, a little
We
bit.
just started using Teams.
I'm not very good at it.
How are we dealing with that 40-minute timeline on this tag convention thing?
We're all pros. We have 3 pro accounts amidst the admins, so
So it
we're in
doesn't
good
matter.
shape. It doesn't matter.
if,
We can go all night.
Well, we could go all night, except for the fact that we set this up as 2 different sessions, so we can only go 2 hours, but
No, but I have my coffee in my TagCon mug.
Oh my gosh, you said that. I forgot it. Completely forgot. I boiled water for tea earlier, and then
Me
I
too.
forgot that the water boiled, and I was
I
supposed
just
to.
remembered my water boiled.
My koozie of Coke.
I have to go.
There you go.
Excuse me.
Go do that.
We all need caffeine.
Yes,
I
definitely.
brought Chemji.
There you
Aw.
go.
Uh,
Well, 1/4 Chemji, especially.
I hear Susan and Raven.
I always want to read what all the titles of your books are, Terry.
Oh, this is my DVD collection.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's quite a collection.
And this is last year's TagCon badge and the button from this year. My this year badge hasn't arrived yet, but so it's back
I
there.
have mine.
And then yeah, so I'm kind of sitting in front of Mad Men and Harry Potter and
We have a lot of the same videos.
who, yeah. That's what's in this section over here.
You have yours
Although
too.
I'm kind of got.
Well, I will brag. I actually have a screening link. I'm a movie critic to see the new Cruella movie with Emma Watson or Emma Stone. I'm really
Yeah.
excited about that. If I can remember the actress's name.
Is it good? Have you seen
I
it?
haven't seen it yet. I just got the link
Cool.
from Disney Plus. It's like, you can't send it out. Otherwise I just show it here and we could all watch it, but I'll be getting real trouble.
Yeah, you would.
And the mice has very sharp little teeth.
Yeah, don't get yourself in trouble. Yeah.
You don't need, yeah, you don't need that sort of trouble.
No.
Okay, I'm painting my fingernails yellow.
Yellow. Okay.
Man.
Mine already are, but you can't really see them very well in the video.
Yellow quadrant?
Gold.
Even though I'm a
Gold
blue.
Sparklies, but
That's why it's yellow
you
for
can't
yellow.
really see them very well in the video.
Yeah,
Wow,
those are
Barely.
nice.
Those worked.
There you
I
go.
was gonna paint mine, but I got busy doing other stuff and
Me too,
doing
that's
my hair gold for tomorrow. So today it's just faded red.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
you
even
got it
like
cut today though,
cream.
didn't you?
Yes, it's shorter. Yeah.
I tried for the gold, but I didn't get the manic panic in time.
Oh,
Good.
I
I'm
have
gonna
the
use
blue,
my
What
wig
is
this
that
year.
adornment?
yellow quadrant, but I have the blue
Yeah,
head.
I see you have an adornment
Mine-
done.
Yellow
Susan.
quadrant here too. Yeah, I thought about it, but I'm still working until the end of July, so I
That's,
said,
I don't
I'll
work.
use the wig.
And being a critic, they don't, since you sit in the dark, they don't care how you look. So here we go.
I have
Yeah.
dark gold sparklies in mine.
Oh, cool.
All right.
I didn't do any of that today since I was getting it cut. I figured that, it was just getting the hairstylist away, and then I got busy and didn't put things in it when I got back.
Well, I will have my gold wig on tomorrow.
The water has boiled. Woo!
You all are so lucky. I live in Toronto and we are still on 100% lockdown. and have
Really?
Been
Oh, no.
for
Oh, I'm
months.
so sorry.
Vaccines
bad?
have not rolled out there or?
About half of us have our first.
Okay.
I'm getting
Because
mine
we're-
Monday.
I got mine today.
Yay.
I work for the health department, and they, even though half of our population here in South Carolina is not vaccinated, they want all the people that work with us are, so they said you don't have to wear a mask at work. So that's been
Well,
nice.
Oklahoma's in the reddest part of the United States, but the only time we have to wear a mask now is if they ask you to wear it as part of the store's policy, but in the state, if you're vaccinated, they don't care. It's kind of like what the president said.
Yeah.
I got vaccinated. I got my second one in February, so I'm good to go.
Wow.
I got my second one in March.
I was fully vaccinated. Well, I got my second shot at the end of February.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
They did
too.
any of our staff at our agency who wanted it.
Yeah.
And now I just, they eased some of the restrictions, which will be nice. I won't have to wear it if I'm around other folks that are fully vaccinated. They just lifted in my area in St. Louis, they just lifted the ASIN.
Uh-oh.
He's getting into my dinner. He sees I'm not eating it, so.
Uh-huh.
And it
I booked
obviously
my
it's going
appointment.
to you.
I booked my appointment for my vaccine a month ago. So imagine it's really hard to get our vaccines here. So yeah,
And where are you from, Emmanuel?
I'm in Quebec.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
And
where?
it's really hard. And my husband, who's 5 years younger than me, he he could book his appointment 2 days after me, and he's a week later than me.
Huh.
Yeah, because everybody in their, we went through that in February. I was signed because I'm quote unquote elderly now. I got mine scheduled, and my husband got there about 2 hours early. He got his, and they shut down. They ran out of the vaccine.
Oh,
So
no.
I was not a happy camper. And I got
Imagine.
mine scheduled, I guess about 2 weeks later. I had the Moderna, which is stronger.
And where are you?
It happened to me too. We
South
got our first
Carolina.
one scheduled and then we were supposed to go get our second one, and the day before they contacted us and said, sorry, we ran out. So
Yeah,
we had to
well, I
wait.
didn't even get the notice. I found out when I saw the cars leaving and that were in front of me. And I said, well, that stinks.
Yeah.
Working in a hospital, I probably got it earlier than almost any of you guys. I think
Like-
I got it the second day my hospital was giving them to employees. And that was maybe a week or so after the state happened because it was before Christmas.
My niece
Wow.
is a RN in Texas, and she got hers very early, and that's as it should be.
Mhm.
I was,
Much
you
more
know,
exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have my second one booked for the end of August, if we have it. That's
I
pretty
don't
far
even
out
have
there.
my appointment for my second one yet. Until I get my first one, I don't have my appointment for my second one.
Yeah, they did.
But
Right,
you
they usually do
realize
it there.
in
At least
Canada,
here
we
they
don't
do.
have any manufacturers, which is part of
No.
our problem. So all of our supply has to come from mostly from the US.
Yeah.
But so we're
And the US has been too busy vaccinating their own to share.
Yeah.
They weren't sharing. They
That's
were
their
they were
prerogative.
holding it. So
on, you can't
I
really.
wonder if you couldn't go across the line and get one.
A
no,
lot
we
of
couldn't.
Canadians do.
Yeah, because
The
we go
only ones
across the
that
line to
could-
get reasonably priced medications.
You can't
Yeah.
go across the
The only
line.
ones that could were the snowbirds. Those guys got them, but and like a lot that
What?
caused the controversy in itself because they're not
Come on.
Americans; they were Canadians.
Yeah, our borders are closed, right? So we can't zip across the
Yeah.
border. and get
Yeah.
it.
And when they
Our
came back,
provincial borders
they
are
were
closed.
upset because they still had to self-isolate, and you have to pay like $2,000 to stay in a hotel for 3 days until you get your COVID test back.
That's not so bad because my niece lives in Hawaii. She came to visit her mom and ended up, when she went back, I figured she had her house. She lives there. They would let her go home. Oh, no. She had to stay at a hotel and her husband had to bring her food, drop it off at the front desk, and then it was wheeled up contactless. It's crazy. I mean, it's bad, but
Yeah, that's exactly what Canada requires of everyone coming into Canada. You must isolate
Even
in
if
a
you're fully
hotel of the
vaccinated.
government's choosing.
It's pretty opened up here now. Hardly.
we've opened up pretty much. Most of the US is open, but not every place.
Yeah, it happened fast
Most of the
too.
US
It was
never
like,
closed down.
But I am concerned looking at the statistic. They've opened up when there's only 60% vaccination.
We have people who will not get vaccinated. So
Yeah, so do we.
I think every state does. There's some people. that just
Oklahoma
don't.
just turned in some vaccines for them to send somewhere else because people aren't showing up anymore.
that's what we're having here too.
Same thing.
Vicky, what's going on?
Make a trip to South Carolina. We have vaccines.
Can't get across the border.
Yeah,
Oh,
Chicago.
is that what this was about?
I see Mission Impossible music under the wires.
Chicago did a fantastic job rolling out between the city and the county. I really thought I wasn't going to get a vaccine until July, and then now everybody I know is vaccinated.
That's how it is here. Even my 25-year-old
Charm.
son is vaccinated, and they're vaccinating 12 and up now here.
Oh, yeah,
Same here.
We're vaccinating the 12 to 15.
And now,
Sorry, Ricky.
and now we're, I mean, even the
Where is everybody from?
pharmacies, the big pharmacies are, got them in, you can get an appointment in like 2 days. Whereas
Ours are
I had
online.
one poor guy that his, I couldn't get one for him closer, and his brother
I better go get mine.
100 miles. to get
I
his
drove
vaccine.
I drove 100 miles for my first shot. We
Look at
could,
my son up about.
it was so messed up. The second one, I only had to drive about 15, but
Ours are online
Hey, Terry.
appointments, which is hard if you're somebody who doesn't have internet or a computer. So they
Yeah,
have
ours were
places
online
to-
too, but they'd release them and then like 5 minutes later they'd be full. So you
Yeah.
just had to go through and when you found somewhere that had them, I'll take it.
Yes.
Mhm. That's
Terry,
what we
I
did.
think next year we should open a cosplay or a costumes for the animals.
Definitely.
Well, see, Ace has got his sweater on.
Where is everybody from?
To get this last year.
The dining room. No, oh, you mean
Wardrobe.
I'm in Sefner, Florida.
That's her. That's good. Actually, it's fair.
Not Tampa.
Columbia,
I'm in
South
Arizona.
Carolina.
Oklahoma City,
Ricky's
Oklahoma.
trying to show us something, it looks like.
Toronto, it says.
Oh.
I'm up in Portland, Oregon.
That's a nice place.
Oh. Mhm.
I'm in
Lovely.
St. Louis, Missouri.
New Mexico.
I'm in Canada, obviously.
I would never guess.
They're in Canada.
Chicago.
Mexico.
I'm in Michigan.
Where are you located in Quebec?
I'm near Montreal.
Okay, because I'm in I'm in Newport, Vermont. So we're relatively close.
Dara lives in
I
Vermont
actually,
too.
before the borders closed, I often shopped in Vermont.
England.
England. Wow. What
Where?
part?
Close to London.
Nice.
These days I'm going to get there, but I got to get my knee fixed before I do because it's lots of concrete.
I feel like I'm the only one outside of
there
America
almost.
here.
I know lots of people were sad about iPod not being able to be in real life, but I'm actually really grateful that it's virtual because there's no way I'd be able to go to.
Nobody would.
You know.
So we're trying to do one in Greece. One of the people that help us put on TagCon, she has a hotel on a Greek island. So we've even got a place to have a tag.
Sounds like a plan to me.
We just got to get COVID over and done with.
Yeah.
It will be very limited in numbers because she can only have so many.
Well, there'll be a lot of people that can't go anyway. That's a long trip for a lot of
It is a
people
long
and an
trip.
expensive
I
trip.
could go.
The majority of people, I think, that are here are like North American. So it's a long trip and it's an expensive trip.
It is a very expensive trip.
There's a place called, and I'm giving things away, Scott's Cheap Tickets. It's online. They've got a free version and they've got a $40 version. And I saw tickets to Greece for $500 round trip from Atlanta. I've even seen tickets to Australia from Denver.
Wow.
That's a round trip ticket.
I use an app actually to shop for tickets because before the pandemic, I used to shop for tickets all the time and I always used the same app. And it would actually, like, when you knew you wanted to travel somewhere, you would use that app and it would actually tell you when is the best time to buy those tickets. It would watch and it would tell you this is the best time because they're not going to get any lower because it knows actually when prices drop before, like, when is the sweet spot to buy the ticket.
Right.
Yeah.
These are mistakes. These are mistake fares, and they do graph them. But yeah, it's good to have something like that. And that's exactly what I did. I told them where I wanted to travel. Basically, I left it open with destinations, but basically use several home
airports.
places places to start, like my local airport, Charlotte and Atlanta. My local airport gets very few deals because I'm not in a hub. But so I'll hear about Charlotte. And I was supposed to go to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico tickets, the advertisement was $230 something from Charlotte to San Juan. So that's a pretty cheap price. And that's, again, a round trip. But
I think
what you're talking about
really low prices now because of the pandemic still. Not very many people are traveling. So airlines are offering all kinds of bargains to try and get people to get
you
up
wouldn't
in the
know
air.
what I
And
paid
that's
And
last
a lot of employers too are requiring that even if you do take a trip, you've got to quarantine when you get back.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that you do have a Zoom component because I will probably be, when everybody's in Greece, I'll be at Vera's house taking care of the cats.
Probably so.
We haven't really talked about it too much, but
yeah,
there'll be a few things, but not a whole lot. Because
with the migraine, I can't really travel.
No, that's true.
It is, I would get to Greece and you would never see me again because I would be in a dark room the entire time.
Do you not have migraine medication?
I have had a migraine for 65,000 hours straight, and I've tried every single thing known to.
What do you mean? Because I have chronic migraines and I have prescription medication for it. That's why I'm saying.
I have had a single migraine for over 7.5 years.
Okay.
So, and I've taken everything. I also, I don't respond to pain medication. So
But it's not pain medication that I'm talking about.
I'm just saying there's something screwed up in my brain. So that
Okay. Have you tried Botox?
Medication normally.
Have you tried Botox?
What?
Botox.
I work as a therapist, so that I have a lot of problems considering that.
Because it has been proven to help with migraines.
It helps some migraines, it doesn't help all, and it freezes the top of your head. So you
Not for migraines. It depends where they inject it, but I have like a lot of friends who have migraines and they've injected it in places where it does
So
not.
have I, and I've spent a lot of time with, so far I've talked to 7 neurologists until I found one that actually listened.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't believe.
I'm glad we're doing this virtual one this year.
Susan,
I
we
am
might
too,
want
'cause
to
we are
talk
stuck in
together,
the house. We are stuck in the
because
house.
I suffer from migraines a lot too, like big time. Might want to discuss together.
And maybe you can exchange contact information
contacts.
later on. But yeah, it's possible. It just, I mean, it's just that there might be a video component. I don't know if I'll be able to make it, but their schedule's a lot different because Liz right now, what time is it for Liz right now? Probably about 3 or
Let's see,
5 in the
Liz
morning.
is 8 hours ahead of me. So 8 and 8 is 6:30. Mine is 4:30 a.m.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a problem, but it's possible one of us in the United States could set it up and we could do something. But this is, we don't know if we're going to have a date. We've just had to put it on hold because COVID came through.
There's also an exchange rate with Europe, although I'm not sure if they're part of Europe anymore. But
I have a question about the sessions, and will they be available? They're going to be recorded, and so you can look back at the sessions.
Yes,
Is that right?
and we're recording this session, as a matter of fact. So
Yeah,
everything's recorded and we'll upload them.
A few hours after each session, it'll be uploaded to.
Okay, a few hours after.
And we will
'cause
post
I've
the
got-
links on Discord.
Okay, thank you.
And
how many of you are going to be participating in the trivia contest? Oh, Brenda.
Oh, me.
I was
Mary.
going to, I've got an injury.
Definitely me.
That allow me to sit through everything.
Beth.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch, but
I'm gonna
I
watch.
haven't reread the books. I haven't had time to reread them this year.
Yeah.
So.
We went through a lot of the to make sure the questions are correct. We went through, and of course, I ended up being last. I love these books,
Harry,
but
do
my
you get
brain does not retain information like it used to.
Well,
Harry,
when
do you
they
get to
started
participate?
asking where the planets were, and I'm like, I'm out. Sorry.
Reading the novella that came out, like
Oh, that was
me
great.
fall in love with the books all over again. I'm like, I really need to read them again.
Some of the questions are
Favorite
actually from the
couples.
novella too. So
Yeah.
Charm, were you
cool.
asking me if I was going to participate this
Yeah.
year? Because if you were, the answer is no, I can't because I won last year. And
Okay.
I was involved in putting together the trivia
Yes, she
quiz
helped us.
this year.
That's what
so-
I thought.
The extra hard one, the extra hard questions are from Carrie.
So
And
you
she
can blame
beat-
me if you.
She beat the pants off the rest of us.
She
so.
did. Who's everyone's favorite couples? Favorite ships and couples and things.
I don't know if the people that have joined without video did that deliberately or just don't know how to turn their video on.
I don't have a
Or not
camera.
Video or audio for that matter.
that'd do
There's
it.
quite a few that have no video or audio.
I think there are probably a lot of lurkers like me.
Oh, that could be.
I'm
Oh.
lurking.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah, tomorrow,
look
since
ahead,
I'm
look
working,
ahead.
I'll basically just be lurking because I
Can
can't have the
anyone
video
hear me?
or
Is my volume
the audio
working?
on while I'm working.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is
Just
Deborah. Can anyone hear me?
that light on the background.
Yeah.
Don't want it showing. It's all.
I can hear you.
Yes, Deborah, we can hear you in amongst the other people.
Thanks.
I don't know if I'm on or off.
You're on.
You're on.
You're on.
Sorry. I was going to answer someone else's question about the favorite couples. I think I like the idea of Zelio with oh my god, I can't even think of her name right now.
Esme.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
They're
I
like
can't-
that's one of
I
the
can't wait to
couples
see
that I
that
want
one
to see
play
develop.
out.
Yeah.
We need somebody to calm him down. I'm just saying.
Elio and who?
Yes.
Zelio and
Hasmeek.
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 He couldn't knit him into a net if he doesn't calm down.
And then
Or-
Anu and what's her name?
LaRonda.
LaRonda.
Yes, LaRonda.
Rhonda. I have
Oh
a
yeah,
soft
that
spot
one
for
too would
Anu.
be really interesting.
Or Manala and maybe George.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that ought to be a good one.
That would be so cute.
Gracie and Blaine.
Yes.
Yes.
They're
That's
pretty
so-
young,
oh.
especially Gracie.
They got a long way to
That
go. But
wouldn't surprise
Oh,
me
yeah.
if that would.
I would love to know like how their story like ends up.
The
yeah.
books aren't coming out fast enough, in my opinion.
She's writing as fast as she can.
I know.
We already
Well, she's
cracked
had-
the whip over her a little too much.
Well, she's got sciatica, so and some other things going on, so it's hard. She has to do all sorts of positioning to try to get it right. So yeah.
Yeah,
She's going
I feel
as
for
fast
her,
as she
and
can.
she has to come up with
there's always-
ideas too. It's not easy to write books, and
No, it's not. And she
it's
writes
really not.
And you realize that she started with the Cyrillic alphabet.
Yeah.
It just kind of blows me away.
Yeah.
That
The
she-
amount of research that must go into these books as well.
Huge
Yeah.
amount of research.
It's
Yeah.
insane. It's just like
Line, Mom.
when I start reading them, like I just absorb the book so fast, and I'm like sad when it's over, and I want more, you know.
Me too.
And I think we're all here for the same reason.
Yeah, every time I go to start a different kind of book, I decide to reread one of hers instead.
That's what I do. And if you haven't tried the audiobooks, the lady who does them is very good.
Oh, I
And
liked her last year.
Yeah, I'll go down the road. Aaron and I are going to a wedding in Nebraska, which is about 16 hours from us. And I will guarantee you probably one of those tag books will be up there. I'm hoping Ace and Blue will come out before we leave, but I don't think it will. I think it'll be the end of June or July.
Ace and Blue wouldn't last you 16 hours.
No, well, we
No,
just
that
start
would
with
be really
qualifying,
short.
we work our way through.
That was
Probably
one
more
of the
than 6
panels
hours.
last year. I was
Survive
surprised-
alone would probably be 16 hours.
Yeah.
I was
Survive is
surprised
way
how
more
much
than
I
6
liked that
hours. It's like
panel
40
last year.
hours. It's
It
really.
wasn't really-
Sorry.
Ricky, what'd you say? I didn't catch what you said.
I was surprised by how much I actually enjoyed that panelist last year. I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not an audiobook person, but it was
Yeah.
really fascinating to actually.
One that read the audiobooks.
Yeah. It was-
Sophia Willingham. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really
You
neat.
gonna be on this year?
She's very good. I went to audiobooks, and I'm going to tell something about myself. When I had to go on to CPAP therapy, and I couldn't read before I went to sleep, and I've always read before I go to sleep. So I got turned on to audiobooks, and now it's created a monster. I have a ton of audiobooks. And right now we're listening to the new one by the guy who wrote The Martian called Hail Mary, and that's really, really good.
I'm scared to get Audible or any of like or
Yeah.
buy audiobooks
I
because
just read Hail Mary and I finished
with
it
Spiral.
in 2 days. It was amazing.
It's a really good book.
Scared to
I used to be scared, but there's so many. I do Audible,
That's
and
the thing.
I'm not.
Like
I'm
my
not
money's just
advertising
gonna
Audible.
disappear.
There's
It's
so
true. They are
many
expensive. If you.
I already spend all my book, like
There's
all
a
my money on
library,
books.
There's a library app called Libby, L-I-B-B-Y,
That's true.
that I use
Libby.
all the time.
Yeah.
And to get audiobooks, and you get them at least through my library. You get them for 14 days.
That's right, and I forgot about that.
can
I do
sometimes
that
know that.
occasionally.
Free?
Because sometimes there's a book I want to read, but I don't want to pay for it. because it's not something I'm going to read more than once. But with the qualified books, yeah, I know I'm going to listen to those again and again. So I got the book and I got the audio book.
I bought tape.
Same.
Most things I just do through the library.
I probably would get it for tag.
I didn't know there was a library for audiobooks. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, your local library has an e-library section most of the time.
Yeah, just
and you
go
can
on your library's website, and I bet they'll have a section for audio.
I get a lot of ebooks from my library, but I didn't know that they have audio
Yep.
versions too.
They most likely will have audio books.
I don't
too.
have to go to the library. I don't have to, you know.
Amen.
Yep.
And during COVID, there's not even in my library. There's not even any place to sit down. Literally, they've taken all the tables and chairs out. You go in there, pick your books out, and you check out, and you're out of there. So
They didn't even let people in to do that. You had to look online and then order it and then go pick it up.
Contact.
Yeah, that's what they were doing. I think they might still be doing that here.
Yeah.
They
For-
just
pick it up
stopped doing it
drive
here.
through.
One of the cool things about my sister's library, she's out in north of LA, is if they don't have a book, you can the patrons can request it. So she got all Vera's books in her local library, and then had her book club do qualify. So I'm hoping is that she said one of her friends was going to be on the TagCon this time, so I hope to see her.
When I want to listen to my books when I'm driving, I had an old Fire phone, and the only thing I use it for is text to speech for all my Kindle books. So I don't have to pay for the audio. It's kind of you don't get any inflections or shading in the story, but
yeah, that's
I
the
don't
way
know
I
if
read my books personally. This is my best friend. I literally carry it everywhere, and you can carry thousands of books with you. So
yeah,
that's
and
the way I
if
read.
you're listening to the
Is that-
stand,
is that
it doesn't
Kindle?
require any more energy to carry it around.
Yeah.
So, but I can't stand audiobooks. I can't focus on a story when I listen to it. So I read.
You're not an audio learner. I used to be the same
No,
way.
I'm not. I'm
I
really
used
I'm
to
not
be the
either.
same way.
I don't like audiobooks that much for that reason, because when I'm reading something, a lot of times I'm like, I want to go back for like a page and, oh, did I miss
Yeah,
that? Or I want to
exactly.
think
And
about it. Audiobooks are too fast for me. I need to think.
yeah, and I need to focus, and it's my way to focus is to read. And so this is why this is perfect. And I sometimes read in the dark, like
Yeah,
in my
I do
bed.
that
It's
too.
like my way to fall asleep sometimes. So this is
Yeah, I
perfect.
kind of was forced to do it. And I'm mostly a visual and reading and hands-on learner, but because of the various things I've had through work and other things, I've learned to listen. But it's still, yeah, there's still times I go back. I fell asleep during that book, so let me go back 2 chapters. And I don't mind doing that.
Yeah, I found that
they don't stop on their own.
No, I have a sleep timer, but even then, sometimes I have to extend it because I can't get to sleep, and sometimes I'm out like a light. So
I'm curious where most people discovered Vera's books. I found her originally on Wattpad. Where did you
I
guys
found her on a free. I because I love books. I'm on a lot of those. Yeah, here's a free book series, and I can't remember the name.
Same.
Mine was
BookBub for me.
BookBub.
Yeah, it was BookBub.
I bet it was BookBub.
Yeah, I got
BookBub for me.
qualified,
BookBub.
and when I got to the end of it, I'm like, what do I do? And I discovered, here's the next book. I think I bought every other book. Well, it was actually, there was just qualify and compete, I think.
Yeah, book 2 was
Right.
out at the time
There
I
was
bought
just
book
book 2
1.
when I discovered Qualify. So there's
Well,
only book
Qualify
2,
was-
and then like I bought them as they came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
when I
noticed
discovered
Qualify,
it-
and then read the second one on Wattpad until it was ready to be published.
Yes.
I always appreciated her
Chapter
free
32.
chapter days.
I felt
I-
like it ruined it for me to read ahead like that.
I think
Oh.
when I bought them, I bought the second one. The third one was just starting to come out on Wattpad.
Yeah, because she would post so many chapters.
That was
It's
so
great.
great. You could read the first 3 chapters.
Yeah.
Again and again and again, because that's what I did.
Yeah, but
I was
Uh-huh.
at a party for
I mean this in the best possible
did
way,
that
but
on
Vera's a
I
goddamn
didn't
drug
do it.
dealer.
Yes, she
Yeah.
is.
Well,
And
when I
Janice is
discovered
the
it,
drug.
You keep
Zoom
fucking
had
up.
just
You keep
come
going back
out.
to Wattpad, F5ing her page, waiting for
I
the
was-
next preview to
Yeah.
come up.
I was seriously getting worried about how many times I had read those books. I'm like, there's got to be something wrong with me. And then I found you all. So
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sure if I
okay.
had the physical copies, at least the first one, if not the second one, would be completely in ruins by now.
Broken
How many times I've
spine,
read 'em.
everything. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did
Pages
anybody,
falling
when you were
out.
reading ASIN, the most recent, right? When you were reading it, was anybody else like me and you got to the last? I didn't realize it had ended. And I actually yelled out loud. I was like, no! So loud.
I know. It was a novella.
Pretty
It was
much.
And not yet.
Well, get into novella, but how?
Yeah, it was shorter than
That
Well, as soon
yeah.
as I finished Ace and Blue, I decided I had to go back to qualify and start all over again.
yeah.
I did
And so
that too.
I read all 3 of them and then his again.
Yeah. When I was looking,
I know
was
that
looking
she's
for trivia. I just went back and read the books again. So
Yeah.
I'm working my way.
Trivia question.
I'm
What is the
listening to
next one
the
coming out?
audiobooks.
I haven't heard her say. So
There's no date yet, as far as I know.
she's taking a break after Ace and Blue, and she's got some things going on in her life.
Yeah. She's pretty busy the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
The books are like old
So wait,
friends.
do you know her
revisit them
person?
anytime, and they got me through COVID. I mean,
I
I have
thought she
a,
did.
Well, and you know that there, I think that she's going to possibly be talking about what's coming up next for the, because there's a where she's talking about her books. There's an author's forum, so I'm sure she'll address that. But the next book's going to be another long one, so we'll be watching for stuff on a Wattpad.
Well, we don't know yet if she's gonna do that.
Girl, like
I don't know if she's going to do that either.
We
I
don't
will
know
tell
if
you,
she'll do Wattpad or not.
I was at a
she might.
party, and
No.
she just released the beginning part of When, and I'm going. My girlfriend's like, no, you cannot read that book. But something's happening to Gwen. I need to know what's going on. No, Ned, you can't read that right now. I was doing it anyhow.
during
Is-
Survive,
you
I
know
was
the next one coming
crying
out.
outside by myself. I was reading on my balcony outside and I was crying outside by myself. reading this book. I looked like an
read those
idiot
chapters
and I
again
had
and
like
again and every
tears in
time.
my eyes, but
Oh, okay. I've got one better for you. On the day that Win was released, I had a 3-hour drive. And when I got to my destination, I checked my email right before going into the to the church. And Win was released, and I'm going, oh damn! It was my mother's funeral. I wanted to stay in the car.
Remember that.
Oh,
Well, it would have been a
Oh, no.
but I said no. Okay, well, mom wouldn't. And David was with me, my nephew, and because I had a carload, and he said, Aunt Nancy, do you want me to drive home so you can read on the way home?
Oh, that's sweet.
I said, no, I'll wait until I get home, to read. Oh, okay. And
Oh,
so,
you're much stronger than I am.
well,
would've
as soon
taken
as I
that
got
up
home, I was locked in my bedroom. He brought me dinner. And he said, everybody's going to be quiet so you can read. I said, thank you.
That was a sweetie.
I mean,
Well,
would
I
I
don't
have
need
would I have been a
coffee.
really bad daughter to, it was my mother.
Does your mother like books?
I don't need quiet.
My
to
mother
read,
loved
though.
books. My mother
And
and
she would
father
understand.
were both big readers.
Yeah, I have to
There you
say
go.
the
She
same
would
about
understand.
mine.
She knows it would make you happy. You have to think of it that way.
But I was a good daughter. But I kept thinking about it. But, okay, well, okay.
Well,
let's get
My,
this
my mother
started.
likes to read, and my brother's a big reader. My sister not so much, but I am like, it's all consuming for me.
For me,
It's
it's like a
really,
drug.
Yeah, really.
Some
like,
people
I
are
kind of
smokers. I'm a chain reader. I'm always reading something.
Me too. If not
I'm
more than
always-
one,
I
one
always
or
have
two
a
books
book.
at the same time.
In
I'm
fact,
the only
one
reader
day
in my
this
family, and
week
it means
I
that
took
people
a
just don't
client.
understand.
I took a client to for his eye doctor appointment. Okay, and he went to his appointment.
Bless you.
And came out and she said, "Are you bored?" And I said, "No, not really." I said, "I'm reading, but I don't see a book." I said, "It's on my phone." And then we were talking, and and I could tell her accent, and she was talking about, she was a refugee and she was from Bosnia, and I just happened to have a car that had the tag.fan. And I said, "Here, try this." I said, "Try ebooks." She goes, "Well, I've never tried them before." And I said, "Try it." I said, "You can have 1,000 books on your device."
Hey, I probably do.
1,000 books, and just, oh yeah, you got a good point.
I want to, at this point, invite everybody to use their video if possible, and also to open their microphones. This is one of the few times that we'll do this during the con, but it will allow us to kind of get to know you, because this is your meet and greet, and that's meeting and greeting. You can't really do that without a face or a microphone working. So I can only ask, and you can only say no. But that's my mantra in life. You can only ask, they can only say no, they might say yes.
I would turn my camera on, but it stopped working a couple days ago.
Oh no.
Boy, I think you had that same problem last year. You really need to buy a better camera.
Yeah. Weren't you the cat last year?
No, I actually did have mine on last year.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I would, but in England it's like 3 and I'm in bed and it's
Okay.
Reasonable
I thought it was
excuse.
probably
I'm
middle of
actually
the night
sitting in
for
my
you
bed
over there.
yeah,
I will say I
no.
watched Princess Diana at 4 in the morning. So
I
do
remember that.
So yeah, I might just not this time.
Sounds good.
Also, ebooks are very dangerous, just because for indecisive people, you can just have thousands of them on your reader.
I do.
I've
I
got
do.
Kindle on my phone. And it's where my money
If
goes.
I had Vera's books, or if I had Stephen King's books, I mean, I would be, of course, I would be getting more muscles in my arms, but it makes it be capable of carrying my entire library with me.
Yeah, like Blaine, like
It's
Blaine
solar
did.
device.
That's
Yeah.
a device.
Terry Beth, or is it Beth Terry? You have your hand up. Is there a reason?
I do. I just wanted to chime in. Anybody who's hesitant about getting the audiobooks, I first bought them on Kindle, and then I was intrigued by the audiobooks. It was included. The first one was free or something like that in Audible.
Right.
And so I got the first audiobook, and it really does put a different spin on just reading the books. I mean, when you read a book, you kind of use your own imagination, but listening to somebody else read the story, it really gives a different context to a lot of what's going on. And so I've listened to the books, the series, once or twice, but I got to tell you, no matter what I'm reading currently, on my drive to work and on my drive home, I'm listening to Tag. And when I go to bed at night, I put it on a timer and I'm listening to Tag. And when I'm done with Survive, I start all over again with Qualify. It's really sad. We need some kind of support group. I guess that's why we're here.
Well, you know what?
Count me in, because I do the exact same thing.
I think
on
that-
my
What if
commute
the
to work.
voice is what if the voice is like really irritating?
People who
Rob, do you have a comment?
Yeah, but I'm not Rob. I'm Linear, and I can't change my name.
I'm sorry. I had to get Nancy to change mine because it came up with my husband's name. So
Yeah. Well, I'd like to change it. I've tried. But my comment is, if you've ever listened to Whisperlink and reading a book and an ebook at the same time on an iPad, that's a great way to get a different perspective of it totally.
I'm bad because I can't stand not knowing how things are going to come out, and I will read way too fast, and the audiobooks slow me down. So I
But
get
the
all.
Whisperlink is fast, and it reads the book. It takes the book to keep up with it.
I'm watching her screen.
Oh yeah, I have used that. Terry?
1 second here. Hey, not Rob. What was your first name?
Lanier,
Spell it.
L-A-M like Nancy, I-E-R.
I can rename you.
Oh, Rainier, like.
I would love that. Thank you.
Well,
there you go.
Oh,
Look at
there,
that.
you did it.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Thank
Carry
you.
on.
Yeah, that happens if you're using someone else's computer. Like Nydia was using her husband's computer.
Well, I'm using my computer, but probably since his is the pro account. That's
It's the pro user. So if you're using someone else's, that answers the question.
Yeah, and in case anybody's wondering why we have it set to not let people rename themselves, some other Zoom things have been, shall we say, invaded by people who were very rude. We'll just
yes.
so we're just heading that off.
Wait, are you talking about the Zoom or the Discord server?
Uh-huh.
Both.
Technically both, yes.
Okay.
I'd had to log out and log back in to get my name back on it because my daughter was using Zoom last.
Oh, okay.
Happens to me all
So it kept
the
coming up as
time.
Katie.
I'm usually Annabelle or Trinity.
You're Ellen.
So yeah, no, that's me. Like that's my real name. But a lot of times my girls would do their online music classes, and so I'd get on for something, and I knew either Annabelle or Trinity.
Ellen, I don't
That's
know
exactly what
you sound, but you sound like you're actually talking to somebody off to the side and not to us.
No, that's not me.
No, I mean, when you're talking, your voice is really, really low. That's what I'm saying. It makes it sound like you're having a side conversation instead.
Oh, maybe that's my mic. Let me
You're just really, really muffled and I can't help it.
audio device.
Yeah, you sound muted.
Muffled.
Muffled.
Yeah, muffled.
Is that better?
That's much better.
Okay, sorry. Somehow the wrong audio device was on my settings. My bad.
Yeah, that
Oh,
I just always
that
tell
happens.
Yes, it's
There you
much
are.
clear now.
If somebody tells you, by the way, we can't hear you, there's no way anybody knows that everybody can hear them. So
Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. I also like it if you tell me if there's something in my teeth or my zipper's down or whatever. Don't be polite.
Oh, that was like me the other day. There was I was at the eye doctor's. One of the gals, she had on a pair of leggings that, you know, she thought were pants, but when she turned around, I'm going, oh, okay. I walked up to her, you know, very nicely, and I said, you might want to check yourself in the mirror. And she said, why? I said, because you have a hole in the seat of your pants. And she said,
I couldn't hear
"Oh
you,
my
Nancy.
gosh," and I-
Sometimes when you talk quietly, your voice just disappears. I didn't hear the last thing you said. Everybody was laughing, but I couldn't hear it.
she had a hole in her pants.
Oh,
I mean, I
Where's
would
the needle and
definitely
thread when
want
you
to
need
know
it?
that.
or back in the day when you
most of you
pantyhose, you always wanted someone to tell you if it accidentally tucked your skirt into the back.
Yes.
Of
yes.
Happened to
That's
you.
happened to me quite
Been there,
a few
done
times.
that.
Although when I was quite a bit younger, I worked with a bunch of men. Like literally, I was one of 2 female engineers on the floor. And one day, my tire blew out on the way to work. And so I changed the tire. And of course, I got there late. Well, I called my coworkers, explained the situation and all that. I get into work and they're like, hey, cool, good job. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And so I'm spending the whole morning working, and around 11:30, I go to the bathroom and I see that I've got grease like right here, a big black spot, like it was Ash Wednesday or something. And nobody told me, not a single person.
They
And I
didn't know
walk
what to
around,
say. You
they're
guys.
all men. I was like, come on.
They didn't know what to
I
say.
used to, I
They're
spent,
guys.
I spent about 25 years in the film in television industry as the only female on set that wasn't acting. And the guys, once if they accept you, they don't notice stuff like that sometimes.
What did you do?
What?
when most of you
What
most
did
of you started to
do as a
books,
job on the
what
set?
format did you read in first?
Okay, so hang on a second, because Linnea, if I said your name right, was asking Susan what she did in the movie industry.
Carrie, those books behind you are so distracting. I want to read them all.
DVDs.
My DVD collection.
Susan, what were you doing in the movie industry? That's what.
I did every single position there is.
That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and you're like running a set at 5'5", and all the guys are 6 feet. And you're having to jump up and wave your hand to get there.
The bigger you are, the harder you fall. I can take care of you.
I remember you telling stories about trying to find extras and just going out on the street. Hey, you fit this. You fit the profile.
I have been sent to find a child, which is the hardest thing to do because you have to get all the permissions done in a part of town where a child of that race did not exist. So we found a tourist, and he was with his parents, and getting everything signed and squared away was that was a weird film. I did security downtown in LA at night for that film as well, because the guys wouldn't do it. They were scared. They're homeless people.
Oh yeah.
Susan, if I looked at you on IMDb, would I find you?
Yeah, but I'm only down there for 2 films because I did a lot of independent work and a lot of educational, instructional videos.
My name's spelled wrong on my IMDb listing.
Ricky or?
They have my last name as my middle name. So if you go look.
Oh, yeah.
I worked as a set medic for a bunch of different little things. But.
Cool.
That's like a cool thing to do.
How do you guys feel about this whole, like, do you think they're going to stay true to the books in the TV show?
We don't know. We hope so.
I'm hoping so.
Scripts haven't been written.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
the
we're
fans
all
certainly
hoping
hope so.
that it's a series as opposed to just a movie or a series of movies, because then they'll be able to give it the detail that it deserves.
Okay,
Because
then
like these days,
follow-up to
TV
that.
shows have like full 1-hour episodes nearly. So
Would you, what
Right.
streaming platform, if it did come to TV, would you
We
want to
don't
see
know.
it on? Well, no, which one do you want to see it on?
Not
Netflix. I
because
don't
then I
know.
can't watch it. Because it's not in Canada.
Oh,
So
really? You don't have
like,
Hulu in
They
Canada?
don't.
I would love for Hulu to do it because they do pretty good stuff with shows.
Hulu does some good stuff. I think
Netflix, either one.
but Hulu's not available everywhere.
Yeah.
It wouldn't matter. I'd buy it
Stars has
It wouldn't
Outlander,
matter
so
to
they've
you.
got their biggie.
Amazon Prime is a possibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Amazon Prime would
Yeah,
be a
Amazon could
possibility.
be a possibility.
As long as, I mean, we've decided, there's a few networks we don't like.
I've seen a couple of things where Amazon Prime has adapted things in previous versions into video, and they did a wretched job with it. So Amazon Prime is way down on my list for.
So has Netflix.
Pardon?
So has Netflix.
I have not had a chance to compare that with Netflix. So
Although
yeah,
Netflix did
Netflix
quite
pretty
well
well.
with Shadow and Bone. I don't know if you know
They did
that.
horrible with Death Note.
Oh yeah, no, that was bad.
Amazon did pretty well with when they took over The Expanse.
oh,
They did. Yeah.
I haven't watched that yet. It's on
I
my
haven't
watch list.
It's
If I remember
fantastic.
correctly, it's like first 3 seasons are from Sci-Fi, and then season 4 is when Amazon took over.
Mhm.
My
Yeah,
brother
and
is
they
one
did
of the
4 and
set
5.
designers.
Okay,
For The
so-
Expanse.
Cool.
the people from Canada, I know you said that you don't get Hulu, but do you guys get to see like The Handmaid's Tale on some platform?
Yeah, it's on Crave. But we get it like about 6 months later.
Oh, so you guys aren't getting to watch the current season yet? You have to wait?
It just came out in April and we're just now like yesterday, episode 6 came out.
Same here.
Yeah, it's the same.
Our
Well,
Netflix
I'm
is
only on
different as well
season
too.
Yeah, so season 4, episode 6 came out Thursday.
Wednesday. So we're a day ahead of you then. Not 6 months.
Yeah, so for us it comes out on Thursdays and it's on Crave TV.
But that's what I'm saying is that you're getting it a day behind us right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because our episode, Hulu puts them out on Wednesday.
Yeah, we get it on Thursday.
But you know, it doesn't matter because one way or the other, I will see it. I will
Oh,
buy
there's-
it.
yeah.
You know, Hulu,
I don't
okay, I'll
want
do
to have
Hulu
to
for
pirate
2
it
months.
though. Do you know what I mean? Like if it would be like on Hulu and it wouldn't make itself on Crave, for example, like I wouldn't want to have to pirate it because I
I
want
wouldn't pirate it. I just plain bought, you know, Amazon will have it fairly, as soon as the season ends, we'll have it and I will buy it. I mean,
But Hulu doesn't do that usually.
I don't know, The Handmaid's Tale's on there, I think. Let me look.
Handmail is Hulu.
I know, I've seen it on.
But
You
what
know
she's
what?
saying
We
is
won't
that
have anything to say about it, so it will be what it will be.
Right.
But
It
not
will
not all Hulu shows make it to Crave though. So it's only like Handmaid is on there, but most Hulu
has to
does
be a
not
big
make it on Crave.
Okay, well,
You can
Handmaid's
use
Tale.
a VPN.
Handmaid's Tale is on Prime
VPN
Video
also
season
works,
1
yeah.
and season 2. So I mean, you know, one
It's
way or
not
the
on
other,
our Prime though.
we don't know where it will go, but one way or the other, you'll get to it. I
Does
just we
Vera have any
we're not
control where it goes?
It's
No,
not
I
on
really
Prime
hope
Canada.
I really hope they do well. Like I really hope they don't mess it up. Like I like
Me
it has the potential for like to be something so great.
Yeah, me
Personally,
too.
I have very low
And hope it doesn't turn out like what they did to the lightning.
for adaptations in general. So if it does if they stick to the storyline at all, I'd be super happy.
As
But
long as it
generally
doesn't,
speaking, I've not been happy with adaptations.
as long as it doesn't show up on the CW, I think we're okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, please, no, not.
FX. If it
Well,
was-
see, Handmaid's Tale is a great example, I think, of a great adaptation, and it's way off the books now.
Yeah.
I've read the book. And it's like veered completely off the books now, but it's still
There's
real.
a second book. Did you
good.
read the second book?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I've got
I
it, but
haven't seen season 2 yet, so I don't know.
Yeah, but at least with the TV adaptation, the book author is involved in it, so at least we know she's still.
It stays within the lore of the story.
Sorry.
I wonder. Really good. I really enjoy it. It's like a drug for me, that show too. It's like really, really good.
I would love to be an extra
Things
for
I've
like
enjoyed. We got Apple Plus for free because we bought a phone, and has been For All Mankind, which is an alternate history of the space program. Carrie
I
didn't like.
tried
I
watching
love it.
it.
I loved it.
Didn't get into it.
I watched the first season of that, but I haven't seen it since then.
I watched the first 3 episodes and I thought that having my eyes gouged out with dull spoons would be more enjoyable.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I tried watching it. Didn't get into
everything's not for everybody.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
I
true.
enjoyed it. I enjoed it.
But then,
I didn't know it was an alternate history until the Russians made it to the moon.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute, something's wrong here.
That
was a clue, huh?
Some of my friends go, ew, how can you stand that? And I'm like, because I like it. Oh. So
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
you know, we all have our things.
Yeah.
I think that I really, really wanted to like For All Mankind, but I think it just moved too slow for me. It was just like, you know, you got about 5 minutes of story advancement in the first episode is what it felt like. And I was like, well, okay.
It picked up after that.
It is.
Okay. It did. It
Maybe
did.
I'll go back and give
Like-
it another try because everybody I know says how much they love it. And I was like,
Well, now it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen next?
I made it about 3 episodes in as well before I stopped watching it. So maybe
It
I'll
did
give
start
it another
off a little
go.
slow because they were introducing everybody. But I mean, there was an early push for women in space, which was a nice thing.
All right, well,
It was
I'm gonna say goodnight to
quite
all
well
you
done.
guys. I gotta work tomorrow and I gotta be up at 5:30 in the morning. So
Okay.
I'm going with her. So good night, guys.
See you later.
Good
tomorrow.
night.
Night.
Tomorrow.
Nice to meet you all.
I've got to head out.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Night.
Well, that's what this is supposed to be. You can stay, come and stay as long as you want.
Mhm.
And then there's a second session at 11.
Immediately following.
Yeah, because people, yeah, we have people from around the world on this, so we wanted to.
6 continents. Isn't it, Terry?
6 out of 7 continents are
No,
represented.
not 7, 6.
I said 6 out of 7.
Oh, okay.
Which
I
one
didn't
is
hear
not
the-
represented? Asia?
I think it's Antarctica.
No, Antarctica.
Antarctica is the only one not
They
represented.
have issues with internet there, I think.
We should have
Cool.
India and Bangladesh,
Wow, nice.
South Africa, right, Harriet? And Zimbabwe and Africa.
Cool.
What was the name of the show you guys were just talking about?
For All Mankind, it's on Apple Plus.
All Mankind?
For All
For
Mankind.
all mankind.
I have a question that I'd like to, like, I'm curious to hear people's answers for if you guys are willing. Sure. If you could choose only one place, even like one room, because you know the books are very specific, to exist right now, just one that you could be inside of and interact with, which place or what would it be?
Farrakonian.
The which, sorry?
The Farrakonian.
Okay.
I was gonna say that too.
I wouldn't mind being in the observation room of one of the ARC ships.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
be on
me
an Earth
too.
ship.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That would be mine. See,
wanna be
my
in
background.
I don't want to go to the zero gravity balls. Like that would be awesome.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, resonance chamber for me as
Resonance
well.
chamber,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Good ideas.
I can tell you the place I would not want to be.
Where is
and
that?
would be after the explosion of the
Oh, yeah.
battleship in the middle of
Oh.
Hovering in space.
hovering in space.
in a
That gives me vertigo
plasma,
in the same way.
plasma from the sun. Yeah.
That gives me vertigo in the same way that some pictures give me. When I look at some pictures of people walking on edges, you know, I get a horrible feeling in the pit of my stomach. And when I read about Rita and Gwen and Nick out in the middle of nothing, it just freaks me out.
So not visiting the Sears Tower glass floor balconies
that.
when you're, no,
Up there.
won't drag you up there then.
There was
I've been up there and I can't go out on that.
Okay.
there was a
That's the scene
famous
that made me cry on my balcony.
I don't know when.
The scene in space with Rita and Gwen. That's
That's
the
what
scene that made me cry.
Oh yeah, when she's giving her the oxygen tank.
Yes, that's
Oh, yes, that made me cry. too.
That was the one scene in all of the books that made me cry.
There were several scenes that made me cry.
Me
Me
too.
Again, oh my God.
It's painful that you'll never actually get to meet these like characters.
they
Like
seem
what I
very
would do.
real, don't they?
Oh.
But that is one scene that I was just about to say some not nice words to Vera. And don't you dare let her die.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I'm crying again.
And it's one that she seriously considered, it is one person she seriously considered letting die.
Yeah, you know, I understand that from an author's point of view of sort of in a real world, you're going to lose some really dear people.
Yes.
Rita would have been a very dear person to lose. And I really understand why she might have wanted to do that. But she has a really soft heart, so.
I don't think
Oh, it would have been
you haven't
devastating.
sat with her in the same room. Discussing who is going to die and who isn't, and why it's all right that she didn't kill her or him.
I was happy
I met
in
Kiara
the end.
writers as actually through a mutual friend, but as in writers workshop. So I've been reading her stuff and know her longer than anyone in the group in her stuff, except for Roby. Roby has known her longer. For those of you who know Roby James,
I just know her by name.
Yeah, I just know her
And
from
occasional emails.
Yeah, very infrequent. But yes, Susan knows Vera.
I have to tell you, one of the best memories of all when she was writing the books, singing throughout the house for the Red Dance.
Oh yeah.
And her cat Johnny, if she sang, that cat would just follow her everywhere.
Johnny sadly is no longer.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Johnny was one of my. He used to sleep on my bed every night.
Aww.
I lived there. Yeah.
So wait, most of you know her?
Yeah.
In person?
Yeah, I don't, not in person.
I've met her.
I've met her. I went to Dragon Con when it was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
And that was the first convention I ever attended because Vera was there and my daughter went with me. And I met these guys there, but Aaron says, we can't go there without some sort of costume, Mom. Really? So at 9 o'clock in Atlanta PM, we're at the local Walmart looking for t-shirts and shoelaces.
I remember the shoelaces.
Yeah. So at 10 o'clock, we're sitting there punching holes in the t-shirts so we can lace the shoelaces. And we have shoelace girl written all over it.
Oh,
And Terry at that point had not even read the books.
This is true.
And she was there to video stuff for a friend who had.
Yeah.
And then I got sucked in and convinced that I should read all the books, and then I did. Yes.
Yeah. I had somebody come up to Vera and I was telling them, these are great books. They said, do you work for Vera? No, I'm just a loyal fan.
my first impression with Vera, okay, was we had made arrangements to meet in Atlanta for her sessions, Shelley and I. And she called me on the phone to say, I'm here. I said, okay. So we got to her hotel, we got to the lobby. And of course, we knew who she was. She didn't know us. We were wearing our shoelace girl shirts.
We were wearing t-shirts, yeah.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and she says, Nancy, I said, yeah. She goes, you're real. And then gives me.
Yeah, she was so warm. I think that was my first impression of her.
And I was hobbling around that weekend because my concrete, I have no cartilage in my right knee. And I wasn't counting on, I'm used to hiking miles and miles and miles, but I didn't figure it for Atlanta concrete. So I'm in so much pain. I'm just pulling up a chair beside Vera. I'm going, I can't believe I did that.
I remember her calling because she would call and check with me because I was at her house with all the cats.
With the cats,
She
yeah.
was like so excited. And it was like, I had the best fan. She was so excited to meet everyone.
It was like instant. It was instant comfort and being very at ease. I think with her. Wouldn't you say, Nancy?
Yeah, I mean, it was like yes, I talked to her on the forum and
yeah,
but like it was like we were besties and it had been for years.
It was nice.
And then we were Shelley and I were in her hotel room and then we it was Facebook Messenger, wasn't it? We videoed Liz in Greece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we videoed her in because Liz from Greece was a forum admin. She had asked her to be an admin on the forum, and so we had Nancy and I had both become really good friends with Liz through the forum, and so yeah, we WhatsApped with her. So that was nice.
I mean, we were, we were all there and we did some selfies and.
Or Facebook whatever it was we used. Yeah.
I think we used Facebook Messenger because I didn't have WhatsApp. It was on my tablet.
Yeah.
It was Messenger for like the first year or 2 years.
Yeah.
I've never met Vera, but one of the cool things that I have found with this particular
You just
if
muted.
you write her a message on Facebook, or she will write you back. And I remember the very first time that happened, I ran around and I'm like, you guys, my favorite author responded back to me personally. And it blew my mind. And I was just like, I'm so
she did this for me too, like on Wattpad. I messaged her on Wattpad and like I'm 18. And I was I was 12 when I was like on Wattpad and like reading Qualify, and like I'm this like little 12-year-old like just like messaging her on Wattpad, and she was so patient with me as well because I was like such a mess. But she was so lovely and patient with me. It was great.
That's a wonderful story.
Yeah.
Yeah, she actually takes the time to answer us. Like,
yeah,
comment on Facebook on the group. She takes the time and she answers, and like I'm still amazed to this day that she takes the time to comment all the time. But she's so
I don't know
talented.
how she does it all. It's
that
amazing. Like there aren't enough hours in the day.
Yeah. Well, when she's trying to write, we try to leave her alone. And because we're all waiting for those books too.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, when I
I can't imagine what her mind is like what she thinks, and like it's amazing.
She says she dreams these. A lot of
She
this comes out of her.
dreams it?
She dreams it.
That's so cool.
Yeah, she knows, she's told me many times that she knows what she wants. That's okay. For example, in Tag, Gwen and Asen are going to get married. Okay. But it takes 4 books to get there. Because, well, Gwen has to do this first, and Asen has to do this first, and then this, and then this, and then, oh, wait a minute. We got somebody else too. Well, Gwen can't be by herself, and it's the adventure.
Yeah.
Doesn't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, yes, she
sometimes
knew
authors are a
that
surprise.
Gwen
to
was going
everybody.
to save Earth, but she didn't know how it was going to happen yet. So we're there for the ride.
Yeah.
You remember the little paper wrapped bag that George took with him in his
Yes.
in Qualify.
And we find out in Survive what it is.
Back at the end of Survive. Survive. I mean, there it is. Or
Yeah, she doesn't miss. She doesn't miss
when
an opportunity to put in details that you think. I'm telling you, she's. I've compared her to J.K. Rowling. She does the same thing.
Yeah, the little tiny details that pop back in.
We had to keep lists of unanswered questions. I know in the forum there's, what don't we know yet? And so everybody, oh, we don't know this, and we don't know this, and we don't know this. So I think that would be fairly easy to refer to. Oh yeah, what do I still have to cover that the fans are waiting to learn?
Well, and Vera also, as an independent writer, and she'll talk about this, she also has she has a few beta writers, and that's part of their job is to, oh, wait a minute, you forgot about Gracie here. Everybody else has got a job, but what about Gracie?
You beta readers, not writers. You said beta writers. You meant to say.
I said readers. Oh, I'm sorry.
We all knew what you meant.
Okay, well, let's. Is that Indy or Loki?
This is India. She's my little tiny Kenji, basically.
India Inc.
India Inc.
That's how I remember it.
She's all black. If she
And
closes,
she has a cat named Loki. And I think you're asking for trouble when you name a cat Loki.
I agree.
Yeah, I met him first. And I was like, oh yeah, he's a Loki. Yeah.
She has beautiful eyes.
Yeah, beautiful.
I want to be petted. Loki doesn't like people, so you probably won't ever see him.
Asen does like does like people, but he only likes certain people. He loves Vera. When he hears her voice, he comes running because he knows that he's going to see his friends Stevie and Sunny.
Sunny and
He loves Susan because then he knows he's going to see Raisin.
Right.
There you go.
And the two of them talk.
If Vera calls, the minute I put the phone on speaker, Raisin comes running and starts sniffing the phone because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
only Vera.
Yeah.
So he knows her voice and he's just,
That doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so Vicky looks like she's over there getting ready to make tassels or something out of yarn.
That doesn't sound good.
Here in Canada, we're still making masks. So I run a group that's made 23,000. So I'm just
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Good for you.
I put
Not
together-
easy. I made some, and I wasn't real pleased at how they came out. Plus, I couldn't find anything but flannel at Walmart when I went looking. Yeah.
That's because
So,
you went to Walmart.
well, we don't have a lot of fabric stores here anymore. It's becoming a dying skill that,
Yeah.
know how to sew.
We have a Joann's.
Ricky, you're wrapping elastic around that, aren't you? It looks like yarn, but it's elastic. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you can make all the pieces of elastic the same length, yeah.
Yes. Yep.
So I recognized what you were doing. It just looked like yarn instead of elastic.
No, it's elastic. We call this stretchy gold here.
Yes.
It was hard to find for a while.
Yes, it was. It was very rare for a while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
most of these are going.
There. See my sparkles?
Uh-huh.
There you
wow.
go.
You got him. You got him, Shelley. Good.
Yeah, they look like they don't look the best, but nobody will be able to see them but me.
Yeah, I feel the same way about mine. Nobody sees them except me.
I'm just fanning my hands here.
I'm both looking forward and not to Vera announcing that she's starting the next book.
Why?
Looking forward to it because, well, I want to read it. But then there's the wait between the announcement that she started and it actually releasing.
Oh, it's painful.
Well,
waiting
the thing
for it.
is, she's actually started on it, doing the history and the research. She has to do all of that before she can even write the first word.
Yeah. Ace and Blue was hard because she had to go back through and make sure that she was keeping everything in the order and the personalities and everything, that Ace would meet eventually that would be out in the tag book. So yeah, I mean,
She had an immense, I mean, we worked on the timeline. Okay, this is when this happened and this is when this happened, so that we made sure that everything fit.
It was way too short.
Well, it's a novella. They're supposed to be short.
I know.
It's actually
novellas are,
a lot of novellas
Vera's novellas are like other people's novels.
I
yeah,
know.
that's the truth.
I agree, but it's still too short.
Well,
But just remember that
yeah,
also
I
means
mean,
they come out
But
faster.
at least
Yes, they do,
it's
right.
not as long a wait. I mean, we're still waiting for the next book in the Game of Thrones series.
Oh yeah.
That's going to be forever.
It's not happening.
I don't mind if I have to wait for that.
Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone, and Outlander now has a publishing date of November of this year.
Wow.
And that took her, I think, 8 years.
It's been a long time.
It must get harder. The last books must be harder.
Well, and you
have to wrap
as
everything up.
Things
bring
that
everything
happen
up.
in their
be so
personal lives as
sad.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas in Outlander, that's a traditionally published book. Vera's, once they're finished from
Once you finish, it's about 2 weeks.
yeah, it's
pretty fast.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what this producer guy says.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. Hopefully, now that COVID's kind of calmed down a little bit, he'll be able to give us some better idea when or if things will move on. Hello, Alex. How are you doing?
Alex is on mute.
I know.
If you want to talk, Alex, you can unmute. And Christine, is that you too? If you want to say hi.
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 I have a question.
Yes.
Is there still a TV movie contract worked up for these books, or?
They're working on it, and we might find out more in the Hollywood panel.
Okay.
We don't have an answer yet.
We'll know more tomorrow.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
she
I know
wants
the
to have
Walmart
something to
kids
tell
are super
everybody.
Excited for that one.
I can't remember the gentleman's name, but it's the same man that did the panel last year, right?
Richard.
Richard Joel is
Yes.
the producer. He's with 405 Productions. Also, Dina Dill, she's a writer, actress, and producer as well, on our Hollywood panel.
I was impressed by how excited he seemed about the project.
He still is.
He still is.
I'm glad to hear that, because that tells us a lot about how true they'll stay to the books.
Well, it's not only that, he's also a fan.
Yeah.
Right,
And that,
yes.
that
Yes.
makes,
Yeah. But
Last year he didn't
trying
seem
to
like
sell
he-
it to a studio or to somebody. So he himself may not have final say in how they're produced.
Yeah.
You know, it's such early stage, we really can't say much. And there'll be time to ask or to listen to them talk about this when they do the Hollywood and
Mhm.
the
Will
author.
we be able to ask them questions?
unfortunately, we did post that when you did your registration. If you had any questions, you could post them and we would have them. If there is time at the end, we may offer some questions, but they're going to be the panels are going to be pretty full.
And we do have some questions, you know, from fans that came in writing, and those have been added to the question lists. So.
But you know the old saw about if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question. So maybe people ask the questions that you want to ask.
Very, very.
That's true. That is very true. And Richard even added some questions that he wanted us to ask.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah, and he did that today.
I like that.
Yeah, right when you were starting to get to work on my.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to finalize things, you know, get my.
There's always somebody.
An email from Richard. Nancy, can I do this to you? Okay, fine.
Yep.
And
I just
then I go, Shelley.
Yep. So then I added them and updated everything and sent it back out to all the admin, the moderators. So we all have them.
I'm gonna have to say goodbye. The migraine is like, I can't.
I hope you feel better.
All right.
You could join us.
Take care of yourself.
Hi, Susan.
Bye,
Bye.
Susan.
I say goodnight too. See you all at the other sessions.
Good night.
Okay, cool. Have a good one.
Yeah, no, I might have to go as well because it's nearly 4 in the morning for me.
I don't know
so-
how you've stayed awake. But you're
I was just so
18.
excited. I was so excited for this. So
You're 18, and that gives you more
energy.
That helps.
True,
That
I
definitely
think that
helps.
might be it.
gonna
Night,
stay
it
at
was lovely to meet
8:30
you
and
all.
Night.
Nice to meet you
Good
too.
night.
Next sessions.
While people are giving it up, so am I. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
I'm gonna have to call a ditto on that. I gotta cook dinner.
Oh my.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
So I wonder if we'll have any new people coming in at 11 o'clock Eastern time.
Are these the California people?
I don't know.
West Coast.
No?
I'm in
Maybe-
Colorado. and I'm
maybe the
curious to see if
Hawaii.
my
Yeah.
teenagers join in.
Hello again, India.
So are we not allowed to ask questions in here?
Yeah.
I'm curious.
Yeah, this is exactly a good place to ask questions.
We may not have the answers, but
Yeah.
Well, that's true. Okay, I'm just pondering if they do this TV thing, do you think they'll actually use people who can sing?
Oh, that's a good question. That's the thing is, you can always dub the singing, but if
True.
you have a lousy actor who can sing,
Yeah.
a really good actor who couldn't sing and they actually had to lip sync.
I
then
think it's going to be more like
Maybe use the voice double or something.
you get people who can sing, because you're right. While they can dub things, dubbing it takes time, it takes money, and it'll just be they wouldn't want to have to dub everybody in the cast or even the main people. So I'm sure it's going to be, it'll be way easier to just hire people that can sing.
well,
There's a surprising number of them who can.
There's a problem getting somebody in.
All right, let me say, I got it.
It's on his end, not our end.
Yeah,
I got it.
Alex is joining now.
It was Alex who came back in.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, but
I
he's
did
trying
it
to find-
again.
he's going in and out constantly. So
I would think you would need to find someone who is able to sing opera for the Shoelace Girl.
Well, it'll be hard.
Yeah.
To get a young person who can sing opera, that, to get in it, you definitely want this person to at least look really young. They start out at age 16, so.
Did you ever see Glee, Shelley?
Ellen, I've been trying to let Alex back in and it comes up and goes away. So you got me.
Right. Yeah. I was asking about Glee.
Yeah.
I can check and see if there's a network issue because we have a full house. So I'm
Okay.
wondering if maybe that's part of the problem, like his connection.
yeah,
might
because
be
he has
laggy.
Ellen, he has popped in and out at least 10 times in the past minute.
Now he's in there again. I'm hitting admit and
He's typing something on Discord. He says he's in the waiting room now.
I know, and it just came up again. Alex entered the waiting room. Admit.
He's in a different room than me. I will go check on him and
I think it's a
see.
network issue.
If there's a problem
It might be. It might honestly just be. We actually prioritize devices on our routers. So like my computer is prioritized.
I bet
So
I
it's
would
gonna
too.
hog the bandwidth. But
Well, for this
we live
weekend,
in a rural area, and so it's
for this
Yeah,
weekend,
these-
I practically kicked everybody off the internet. So
Yeah.
well.
you're-
What I'm gonna do is like for the panels and stuff, I'm just gonna have my computer hooked up to the television so we
Good
can all watch.
Yeah.
And then for anything interactive like Discord or whatever, everybody can use their own device. Obviously, we're doing trivia, everyone will use their own device and all that. But for the panels and things, I'm just gonna have one sign in.
Yeah. I get you because you're going to be doing if you're rural, that's hard. I have a friend of mine who can't get anything faster than 15 megabytes per second, maybe 20 on a good
Yeah,
day.
So he said it kicked him out at
Yeah.
9:34, and
I
he's
just turned off the waiting room just to see if it'll just let him in that way, and it still keeps booting him to the waiting room.
Right.
So tell him to get completely log out of Zoom altogether on his
Try
device,
again.
and then get back in. The Microsoft solution. Turn it off, turn it back on. Yeah.
Hey, it worked
Right.
for somebody earlier
Usually
today that
works.
couldn't get in.
Ellen, the other thing you can do is turn off your video output. If you really want him to be able to have a better chance of getting in, if you're worried about using up bandwidth, right? Turn off
Yeah.
your video out. We do this all the time with I have 3 kids. They all have classes through Google Meet because here in Ontario, we're still in lockdown.
Oh my
right? So
gosh,
all
yes.
the children are online 100% of the time, and we have to prioritize. If you turn off your video, then you have a better chance of actually entering in to whatever you're trying to do.
Yeah, we've had some controversy around that. I have a few kids, and there have been times where like they were in their little online program, and I had 3 of the older ones in secondary school. So they're all, doing their thing. Well, they discovered it was way too laggy, so they would turn off their video. And there was one teacher in particular that got really hinky about that because she was like afraid they weren't participating or something. And we're like, you don't understand. This is not going to work unless they have their video off. But then they were like, oh, well, we can offer you an extra computer. We can offer you this. But even the kids in the city, they're using the MiFi units are still having the same problem if they have larger families. And a lot of us have larger families that are in this program. So it's like, nope, sorry, got to do what we got to do.
Broadband.
Yeah, it's broadband. We were lucky to get fiber optics through our neighborhood, but I've been trying to help this friend of mine. She's not that far from, I live in the capital city of South Carolina. She's not that far out. My daughter lives in the same town as she is, but it's a newer neighborhood, and she's got, very fast internet, but my friend does not. So she's having to use HughesNet. And if you're familiar with HughesNet, it's lousy.
Yep. We're lucky. HughesNet's an option here, but we use Direct Link, which they do. It's satellite, but it's like ground based. Like they have, dishes pointing and stuff. And it's okay. Like we have their most upgraded package. In theory, they're going to have a more upgraded package, but we're just east of Metro Denver. And in theory, Starlink is going to be coming here. And we have already put down a deposit for Starlink.
Yeah.
Alex is trying again, and it did the same thing. He's just
Did he reboot his Zoom?
I'm not sure. He's actually in the other room, so I will need to go and check on him.
Okay.
Yeah, buddy, did you try rebooting?
Has there been more than 15 people in here at one time?
Yeah,
Yes,
we had 30, I think, to
there are a
begin
couple
with.
pages.
Oh, that might be why.
So now we have 16. So
And then we're starting again at 11. So I suspect we'll see different people then. Hey, Brenda, how are you?
Terry, do you need me to send you anything else then before we shut down?
I think what I'm going to wind up having to do is just get out of my slideshow and go over to YouTube to play it.
Okay.
It's just PowerPoint is lying to me about what it'll do.
Okay.
But I'm going to see if I can play with it some more either later tonight or in the morning. I got till Sunday morning to figure it out. So
yeah.
Okay, sounds cool.
I'll make it work.
Did Alex figure out what he was doing or wasn't doing?
So apparently one of the problems he's been here, give it to me. One of the problems he's been having is that it will only let him join from the browser for some reason. Did you have the Zoom app on there before?
Yeah. It's been on here a while.
Oh, I think it might be because you're in an incognito window.
You know what?
Go into the non-incognito.
Wait a second. Hold on.
I just hit admit again. It hasn't coming up.
Okay, yeah, he tried what?
Let me
Hit here and troubleshoot.
Well, I want to go grab my mouse.
Oh, all right, fine.
Clicking.
He needs a real mouse. He can't use the trackpad.
I'm not good with
Admittedly,
that
I hate
either, so-
trackpads
but then
too.
I have an excuse.
I've always
he's-
loved trackpads better than mice. This is my one for my Mac. So I have this giant one. It really is as big as it looks like it is. So.
Is that one of those ones like you can draw on?
Yeah, one of the big ones. Yeah, no, this one I think you probably could, but this is just Apple's Touch mouse. It's just huge.
Holy cow! That is huge.
Nice because you can move your hands around and put it where you want it. You can put it like this way or that way, and it's as you can see, it's wireless, and one charge lasts about a couple of weeks of me using it all day, every day, because I'm working from home, so that's a good 8-9 hours on an average day of just work. So,
whoa, Carrie disappeared.
Wow, that was weird.
I know, that's bizarre. She just went poof.
She kind of fell off the chair or something.
I know, it looked like it.
Well, and then the background went kind of funky too. So I was like,
now
is
the
that
background.
It's because I closed my laptop. My Alexa was starting to talk to me, and I thought that I should mute it, so I just closed the top.
I almost put the timer on for my
mystery solved.
Oh, like the little camera thing, like you just do that thing. Oh, that looks cool. The virtual background stayed.
It doesn't work when I cover. There you go.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what
see?
happened to me.
Yeah, the person disappears, but the background stays. Interesting.
My kid's school banned all virtual backgrounds. It was taking up, it was too much bandwidth for everybody. Just the ridiculous bizarre rules that have come out of COVID, eh?
Yeah.
We have learned to live differently.
I'm just now getting out into the public, and it makes me very scared.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's really nerve wracking at first when you've been wearing a mask for a year to go
Yeah,
out.
it's
without
very
one.
strange
It's kind of
to
scary.
go out without a mask.
I don't go out with a mask at all.
I haven't done
have
it.
to.
I still won't go out without a mask once I'm vaccinated. I don't think so.
Yeah, I give platelets, and the nice thing when you give platelets is that you can tell that you have immunity because they test the plasma, and I get reactive, and that's good. That means I have antibodies. And then they do another test, and that's always comes up negative because I have not had COVID. So that makes me feel kind of safe.
Me too.
It's
Hey, there he
I don't
is.
trust other people. That's the problem.
Well, you got antibodies, so that's like your immune system working for
Yeah.
you. So
There he is.
Hi, Alex. You can unmute yourself if you want to.
There he goes.
It's looking a lot better now. I think what happened was I was on incognito, so Dobby launched the Zoom
It's very loud.
extension thing.
Whoa, that's loud.
I think his mic for his headphones is like right up in his.
Everybody awake?
Remember this,
Now.
they all start
We are
talking,
now.
and his voice is really loud when they're on.
That should be a little better. I changed it to the
Turn down your microphone.
Yeah, it's
Alex,
overstrained.
there's a way to. Here, I'll go help him out.
The weird thing is he's on mute and we can still hear him.
Is he?
Yeah,
wow.
he's on mute. How can that be?
Maybe, well,
I think there was just a last little bit of audio coming through after you activated the mute.
Oh, okay.
I
Because it
think
was lagging
his
for a little
face
bit.
hasn't
Froze too,
at
so
all.
hopefully he didn't get kicked out. We're gonna be closing this room fairly soon. Do you remember exactly what time we were gonna close it? Was it at?
We were going to close it at 11 and open up the other one.
Yeah, and then we'll open, and because we're taping these, we're recording it, so we need time to get that recording.
Get the
start,
second
you
one
know,
going.
compiled and-
Yeah, what I saw on our schedule was we were gonna, and it goes to 10:50.
Yeah,
And
which is
to
in
allow
a,
us to unlock the next room, because we
And
have to
then-
go around too.
that will open.
Oh,
up-
sure, he just gets in and then you're gonna kick him out.
Well, no,
come
we're
to the
just,
next
no,
one.
actually, we're going to kick everybody out and then
Yeah.
open up the next room.
And then.
So do we have to go back to Discord then?
You will
Yeah,
go back.
Yes.
We have to
Yes,
unlock
you can
that
do
room
that.
so you can get to the link.
Okay.
Go to the 11 p.m. one and get the link.
I'm a
Yeah.
newbie with Zoom and Discord, so I'm
Yeah.
just learning as we're going.
You're
hey,
doing.
you
That's
made
kinda
it
how I
here.
am with
You
the
did what I did
Discord.
last
That
year.
last year, yeah.
So Annie, are you on a phone?
No, I'm
Or-
on my iPad.
Okay, because you're very vertical, you could maybe flip it that way and there.
Oh, there.
And now
Well,
you show.
Then it looks like I'm looking off to the side all the
Oh.
time.
Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just that you're you know.
It's just I look really skinny in the other way, so you know.
Well, there's
Okay,
a
the
good
11,
reason.
the 11 o'clock is unlocked. So when you get off, when we decide to close this one, you can log on through just
And
the,
it'll be a waiting room until we get everybody sorted out. We're ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to sign off of this then.
Yep.
or I can sign off everybody.
Oh, okay.
All we have to
See
do
you,
is
see you
close the meeting.
soon.
So you can just
Yep.
log back in at the 11 o'clock.
2021 Friday.
Sorry.
Good night, everybody.
I need to go.
See
Good
you
night.
soon.
Thank you.
Come back.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.